8,575 pounds, a Reflection 305 triple slide camp kitchen bunkhouse coming in on trade here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Overall looks to be very well kept by the previous owners. They're actually swapping into a 26-foot Rockwood couples camper because basically I think they're kind of done with their family camping time. This is a popular layout. It's basically the Reflection copy of the 320 BHDS Freedom Express that you might find here at Haylet RV every day. I'd like to take a quick second to look at things with the slides closed. If you walk right in the main entry door and look to the right with the slides closed, this is kind of what you're going to see. Now, this is not terribly dissimilar from what you find in a lot of multi-slide trailers, especially those with islands like this. When all the slides are closed, there's just not a whole lot you can get to, especially in the case of this layout. So this is definitely going to be more of a destination model. Now that being said, if you are going to like make a little travel stop and make a sandwich or something, you could crack this kitchen slide open and you'd have a pretty fair functional kitchen space. But beyond that, you're definitely going to want to find some space where you can really open up both sides of this thing to get in and out of it. And again, this is a very similar layout to the 320 BHDS Freedom Express, which has always found a lot of success in the industry. Every brand does their own little things. They all do them a little bit different. And I always like to get my hands on other things to kind of, take a look at them, see what's going on. What I do like here is this does have a nice tall ceiling, and it gives it a big open look and feel through the whole RV. The deep super slide and the opposing kitchen slide also never hurt that. You can see that motion activated light over there picking up my foot movement as I'm waving my camera off screen like crazy to get that thing to activate. But even from over here, it worked like a charm. Skylight above the kitchen and the big ceiling vent fan up there give us a lot of natural organic skylight. Which helps everything look and feel a little bit larger still. Good cabinetry space in here. I like that little corner coffee maker hutch. You can see how there's a big refrigerator-sized pantry built right into the kitchen slide over here. Previous owners did a good job taking care of this thing. Looks very clean. It doesn't look like they really had to do a lot of maintenance to it, but it's a 2017. That's pretty much to be expected. It's really only starting to begin its maintenance life cycle. That is a convection microwave oven, by the way. Solid counters here in the kitchen. And then if you notice over here on the island, you see you've got a couple of handy campsite chef drawers and a nice space for wastebasket right below there. Right when we walk in the door, and we'll get a better look at this from the other direction when we come out of the bunkhouse, but theater seating right here on about a 45-degree angle from the entertainment. Little conventional 2-bench dinette. I like the, and I'm not good with the residential words. I always get things like burnished and distressed mixed up, but the little accent color patterns on the table there. I am a little surprised that there are not dinette end doors or drawers here, but if that's the only thing you need, guys, you give us a call here at Haylet RV. If they weren't willing to do it from the factory, that's an easy thing for us to handle here. Back here in the bunkhouse, the bunk room has a nice big open feel, very much due to that tall ceiling, but I like the drawers there below that that jackknife sofa. That has like a very classic, almost like Arctic Wolf lower sofa feel to me, and you see the fold down bunk on top here. And that is one of the things I like about this. It reminds me back here a lot of, say, a 34 TSB Cougar that we'd have here at Haylet RV, because it has that fourth individual bunk potentially, with this lower guy down here either being like a daytime seating bench or potentially a additional sleeper space. Entertainment wall over there, always kind of handy. And if you are looking for storage, you do have just a spot of closet storage right there on that mirrored door. Backing up a step here, kind of resetting to position 1 where we started our video, I realized I glossed over the storage space. I didn't really crack open everything in the kitchen as I normally do to give you an idea of what's going on in here. Now there's motion lighting all over. You can see it there in the pantry. There's motion lighting in compartment doors, in the pass-through compartment. They've got plenty of it all over the place. But again, my main goal here is I wanted to crack open at least the lion's share of the storage space to give you an idea of what we are looking at. I like that coat closet by the door. That is a nice touch. But you might notice how if we get up here a little bit closer, it's got a nice wide door, but they had to kind of take a chunk out of that closet for that nice wide door. I'll probably talk about this again later. If someone is interested in upgrading to stable steps, that might present a bit of a problem. It might not, I don't know. We just might have to take a tape measure to find out. So anyway, electric space heating fireplace, keeping your toes warm. Got about a 45-degree angle over here to that theater seating space. And one thing about the tall ceilings is it does allow for tall slides, which allows for big windows, which makes the whole thing look and feel nice, light, and bright in here. Porcelain foot flush stools we come over here. And one of the things about this floor plan I think a lot of people will like is the fact that our master bathroom is over here next to the master bedroom. And that tall ceiling means taller folks like me are going to have no problems there in the shower. You do have a small linen cabinet over here above the toilet, although I will say the linen space feels a little bit restrictive in this bathroom, but there's little shelf organizers, aftermarket solutions you could probably apply to overcome that there. 60 by 80 queen bed, of course. You know, there's no Camp Queen stuff going on here. If you look at the little carpet wrapped side shelves over there, you can see the little power outlets kind of sticking out. And the heat vent here in the floor, right at the foot of the bed, giving us the heat that you're going to want for your bedroom area. It is interesting that they do put a heat vent in that floor, considering they really tout how they don't put heat vents in the floor of their RVs really as a rule. TV hookups on the wall over there. Doesn't look like anyone ever screwed anything through the walls. And if you are so inclined, this is a 50 amp RV, you could apply a second air conditioner up here in the bedroom. Give us a call here at Haylet RV. We can get you a quote. We can make that happen. Down below our bed here, we've got a pretty good, healthy size pass-through storage compartment. You see the battery disconnect right there. Very handy to make sure parasitic load is not going to eat your batteries alive while the RV's in storage. We've got magnet holdbacks and slam latches on those big front baggage doors. Always a nice, easy one-hand operation kind of thing. This also has power tongue jack, power awning, power corner jacks all the way around. Now, stable steps are a very popular thing, like either MoreRide or LCI stable steps. I don't know, without doing some measuring, if those can be applied here. Usually, all you need to accomplish those is a door that's at least 26 inches wide. However, if you got inside the camper and looked really closely, you might notice how the main entry door actually kind of overlaps a little bit with the entry kind of either closet or pantry that you have right there. So that is something that if you are looking for an upgrade like that, you're going to have to grab a tape measure, and we can do it for you. We can double check. I just don't know standing here without checking it. I just know that's a question I get all the time on RVs without stable steps, is can I put stable steps on them? Now you have a simple side mount solar prep plug here. It does not have any roof solar prep. So kind of keep that in mind depending on what your intended use of it is. Usually a big trailer like this is intended for park use, however. This has a good extended season package. Underbelly is enclosed. It is insulated. There is a radiant foil layer down there. You know, that'll give you that extra protection from like critters in transit. Well, debris or critters. Critters in transit. Oh, I guess if unfortunately you ran over a critter in transit, that would apply, wouldn't it? Now, one of the things I've always tried to do here at Haylet RV is conduct ourselves with a lot of integrity. Like, if you're just standing here going, wow, yeah, everything looks great. Well, there's some minute little details sometimes that the camera doesn't pick up from a wide-angle view. And I'm not the type of guy, and we're not the type of place that will just lie by omission, basically. So, like, back here, you see that there's a 2-inch receiver hitch. And if you look up, you can see where there's a couple scuffs on the wall right here. Well, that is from probably like the handlebars of bikes on a bike rack. Now, it's super minor, and obviously the moment we step more than 2 inches away from the wall, you don't see them. But we are willing to take the time to point out even those little things here at Haylet RV so that you can always purchase with confidence from our facility. Large camp kitchen over here. Pretty conventional setup, although I do like the inclusion of a microwave outside. That is kind of cute, kind of handy. But a great way to spend more time outside with the family and less time inside, kind of just, you know, zoned out in front of the boob tube. That's not why a lot of us go camping, obviously. And finally, other than my own footprints up here, the roof looks pretty darn good. It's pretty obvious the folks did what they were supposed to do, keeping up on and maintaining it. All the original factory seals in good shape, although we are approaching the point in an RV's life cycle where you're going to want to potentially apply a couple little touch-up beads around some of these fixtures. Like you might notice you can start to see the outline of this bathroom skylight up there through the self-leveling sealant. That's normal. That happens over time. So what you do there is kind of like they've done here, and it's good to see they were actually beginning to do their little preventative care and maintenance. Like you see that little white daub on that sort of, I don't know, champagne-colored self-leveling sealant right there. That's just a little touch-up bead, and that's kind of the point where this one's at in its lifespan, where eventually it will, you'll have to do a little bit more of that, and then 3 or 4 years down the line, it'll need a full peel and seal. But that's normal care, maintenance, and upkeep in the RV industry, and I see absolutely nothing here that gives me any moment of concern. So, if you see something you like, whether it's this one or any of the other 600 or 700 of them that we have here at Haylett RV, give us a call. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.